and I'm going to go ahead and get started. So my name is Jackie Giss, and I am, Corey is my upline, and I have been coaching now since I signed up for a challenge group in 2014, and towards the end of the year, I signed up to be a discount coach. And now, almost 5 years later, it's my full-time job. I was a full-time teacher with a master's degree, and I never went back. I just have continued to do this. And through coaching, have lost 100 pounds. So to say Beachbody changed my life would be an understatement, and literally changed every aspect of my entire life. And Jody is on here with us. Jody and I, a little fun fact, we have known each other since we were freshmen in high school. We went to high school together. We went to college together. We were college roommates. And she was the maid of honor in my wedding, and I was in her wedding. So, and then like what, how many years later, Corey brought us back together, and now we are coaches on the same team together. So it's pretty crazy. I can't hear you, Jody.
I don't know what is going on. It's like the devil is at work because I have like 3 squares on here and only one of them working. So.
Okay, I see only one of you now, so I think we're good. Okay,
good.
Okay. So my computer says my internet connection is unstable. So if you guys are like, if I'm in and out, will you guys like wave at me or something just so I know you're not hearing me, and then we'll let Jody fill in if I lose my connection. But so Jody and I were talking today. We want to make sure that we make this helpful for you guys. I am going to just Corey sent us some information. I'm just kind of looking. We want to remind you guys a couple of things that are super important. This week, your focus is going to be learning about what it means to be an Emerald coach. And so you're going to be learning all week long. Every morning, Corey will post a post first thing in the morning in our training talking about what it means to be an Emerald coach. And ask questions if you're not sure what that means. But if you are in this for a for real business, like you want to make an income, you have financial goals, Emerald is essential. It's not hard. It's super quick. You can do it in a heartbeat. There are many, many top coaches out there on YouTube and all kinds of places where you can type in become an Emerald in 24 hours, and they have trainings about exactly what that means. But I may be jumping ahead a little bit. Jody, be listening to me and then maybe fill in some of the stuff that we're supposed to also cover. But also we want to leave time at the end for you guys just to kind of tell us where you're at, what we can do to help you, because that's what we really want to make this useful. And if you're struggling with it or wondering about it, somebody else probably is as well. So, okay, so Emerald, let me give you the kindergarten version. I taught 2nd grade for many, many years, so I think I can explain it in a way that's very simple. Okay, this is you, right in the middle, okay? You're your coach, that's you, all right? Somebody signed you up, right? So there's people above you. But right now, we're talking about you. What you want to do is make your team grow, okay? So your first goal is to get 2 people to join your team. Now, I use the word team very broadly. It does not mean that they are ready to build a full-time income. All you need are 2 people who will sign up as a coach. In this network marketing business, there's you, and then we have what we call your legs, okay? You have a right leg and a left leg. To be an Emerald coach, you have to sign up your own personally sponsored coach, one on your right leg, one on your left leg. If you do that, you are an Emerald coach.
Richard and Chris. Okay.
Got it? She's very good. So here's the thing. Don't overthink this. If you are married, my number one advice is you must sign up your husband. And you might right now go, oh, my husband will never go. He's not doing those workouts. He's not drinking shit.
He will. I don't know when.
You don't, it's not really about my husband is going to be a coach. You are going to build this organization, right? Where it's going to, just grow and grow and grow, right? That's our dream, is that we're going to sign up. We're going to change all these people's lives. We're going to teach other women how they can make an income getting healthy. Okay. As that happens, you're creating a lot of volume. Okay. Volume equals income. And if you watch today's video, it explained to you guys that we have what's called Team Cycle Bonus. So when you sign up a coach here and you sign up a coach here, and this coach here sells some Shakeology, okay? And this coach here sells some Shakeology and a challenge pack. Well, they generate volume. And for every so much volume, what happens is Beachbody says, good job, Heather, way to go. We're going to pay you for that volume. The more volume you generate, the more income you make, right? So that's why like somebody like Corey, when we look at all that she's got underneath her, her Team Cycle bonus is more than any of us can actually ever fathom making in our lives. It's crazy. It's crazy. She works her tail off, right? But it's crazy what the domino ripple effect is, okay? So you want to create a team that's making volume. But right now, your goal is, I gotta get to Emerald. And until I find business builders, I want to put my husband at the top. Because if I put him at the top and I continue to sign people up, guess who else is going to be making some good money off that Team Cycle bonus? Jody, do you get a check every week from Casey?
Yes.
Yes, right? It's pretty exciting. I don't mind telling you guys, I signed my husband up. I put him on my weak leg, which all of that, we'll get there. That's kind of hard to wrap your mind around. But I put him on my weak leg because my intention was I was going to build him at some point, and then I could generate volume out of him. And I had on my strong leg volume that I was accumulating from where I was placed in the organization. And so I had all this volume like just sitting over here, but Dustin was like sitting over here with no volume. So if he's not generating volume, then you don't make that cycle bonus, right? So as I started to build him, I built him to be a diamond. And now I don't really do anything except I hold his diamond. I don't put challenge packs over there. I don't do anything. He just sits there, and he averages anywhere between $150 and $200 a week. So $800-ish right now, where he's just sitting there. Like, I don't do anything that I'm making a month just because I put him at the top. And then I continue to build my organization, and he continues to benefit from all of that income. Now, if he lost his Emerald, you don't get a cycle bonus until you hit Emerald, okay? So right now, if you're just labeled a coach, the only way you're making income is by selling product, which is a great fast way to make money. I mean, my first month I was like, whoa, because I had a really good start from the get-go about getting people to sign up with me. But it's not, bringing in $500 for the month was not going to be enough to replace my teaching income. And the way that I've done that is by building a team. So that was a little bit of a long explanation, but in Corey's words, Emerald is super sexy. She was like, just tell him it's super sexy, it's super easy, and it must be on your to-do list ASAP. So you think of 2 people in your life You know, for me, it was my husband on one. I signed up a friend from high school, but after her, I signed up my mom. Now she has quit. So my mom and my husband are at the top of my organization. And my mom doesn't coach. She's 72 years old. She drinks Shakeology every month. And so she just continues her shakes. And I've got them at the top, and someday I'll be able to actually switch her account out into one of my children's names, and they will have that. So you want your people at the top, because you never know where this business is going to go and the income you can create with those two spots at the top, okay? So Emerald is super important. And at the end of this 30-day training, if you've gone through the whole 30 days, at the end of that, your goal is to hit Emerald, and we are to be focused on Emerald because we have a next training group that is called the Emerald Training. So it's a good next step for you to keep you moving in your training so you don't get stuck in this beginner stage for too long, okay? Jody, what do you think?
You did good.
Okay.
Something I would add is that, there is a chance that you don't have a spouse. There's a chance that you have, one of my coaches actually is not married, but she has a sister who she cares for, and she signed her sister up. And basically it's been one of those things that she's earning, and they're both actually doing the program. And, both of them are building together, and it's made it where they're a little bit more in control of things. And so that's also the part that's really nice about building. And like Jackie said, you want your people at the top because you want that control. You are not able to duplicate yourself until you get a little further along. The company will allow you to create yourself again. But if you think about it, you're one body. You have one social security number, and this company, if you're going to make money, you will eventually get to the point where that social security number is important. And if you have a second body, which will be further along, then you're able to grow. But when you look at it from the standpoint of how you exist, you only have a social security card. So how are you going to duplicate yourself? Well, you can't unless the company does that further along, or you have a spouse or a family member that can do that. So that's the other part that I always kind of remind people that they don't understand. Why would I do my family? Why would I put my family there? And I'm like, because you can't make more of yourself, but you're allowed 2 people in your family to represent you. And so it may sound a little tricky right now, but as you grow, it will make more sense. And so don't let the terminology, don't let the idea of, oh gosh, that's more money, that's more. Think of it as a way that you are able to earn income and be able to grow. I signed my husband up, and he does not drink the shakes a whole lot. It's occasional, but my children do. And so the other is, there are other ways besides Shakeology. We cycle it out where we get bars. I get 3 packages of bars every month, and I've got that on HD. And so my children, myself, we go through the bars. But I'm not losing any money. I've made commission off of both of those, if it was Shakeology or the bars. And then my shake that I drink every month, I'm earning from all of that. And so it's hard to understand why you would put yourself and another spouse or a family member or someone else out there, but just know that that's actually earning you more money, even if you are spending a little bit. Here's another thing. When we first started this business, it was very hard for my husband to trust the idea that this was something that you invested money in, because they said, you don't have inventory. Well, you don't. But the best part about it is, in order to make money in any business, you have to invest. My parents were business owners. My brothers had their own businesses. they have things they have to invest in. They had to pay rent to have a location. They had to be able to have a copy machine. They had to have things in order to make their business successful. And this is an investment for you. If you're going to do this for a business, do not think of it as, I have to spend more money to do this. You are investing money to make more. And that is huge when you are thinking about a business, and especially a business owner, because it's really hard to get caught up in the idea that that's just more money that I'm putting out. But the more you invest and the more you're dedicated to it, it's going to reap benefits that you can't even imagine. And I've been doing this the same amount of time as Jackie. At this point, I can't go back to work and make the income because there's no job out there that's going to allow me the flexibility and the amount of time to be at home and with my family and still make the income that I do. And it is such a blessing, and everybody's different, but to just tell you that you have to invest in yourself, you have to invest in your business. Don't think of it as a hardship of there goes more money, because it's really not. It's not at all. And so when you're thinking of Emerald, think of it as an investment. I feel like the next part might be one of those things that it's going to be like, well, some of this could apply to me and some can't. Now, I have a couple of coaches in this myself. They've been coaches, but they haven't been active coaches and haven't thought about doing this as a business. So this may not exactly work for you this time, but it is something you need to go towards. It's called the Success Starter Program. And once you've hit, this point, you're needing to look ahead to the fact that you want to hit Emerald, you want to be active, and that activity is so important in the fact that that Emerald has to be, it has to take place in order to continue to be successful. So you want to make Success Club, which you all have talked about a little bit in this. You want to make Success Club every single month that you consider yourself a coach, or the moment that you sign up. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but let me tell you, I got into this with knowing I had to take grocery money. I had $150 I spent in groceries a week for my family of 5. And that was including formula for a baby. I had to take that money, and that's how I purchased my first challenge pack. And what I did was I had to make a promise to my husband that I would reap that money back as fast as I can to replenish our grocery bills. So I took it from the very last week of the month. I signed up at the first of the month, and I had 3 weeks. I had to make that money back. I signed up to be Emerald. I got my husband on one side, and I put my mother on the other. And I got to Emerald, and I sold 3 challenge packs. I did that for 3 consecutive months. By the end of that first month, I recouped $150 of that grocery money. And then from there, I was able to continue that. I've done this for, I think it's 54 months now, and I've not missed Success Club at all. And the reason why I tell you that is it's so vital to put it in the back of your head. You don't miss Success Club, because it provides so many benefits that you don't even realize. You are earning right away. You're earning money. Your cycle bonuses are huge, and they may not look like a lot right now, but as you're growing the volume that Jackie was talking about, you are growing the chances to cycle over and over. And for every time that you cycle back and forth with the 2 legs, the left and the right leg under you, it's $14. And so it doesn't right away, it's going to be one of those that you're like, I might have made $80 a week. That's $80 that you didn't really have to do much for. But if you sold 3 challenge packs, that's what your aim is. And so that consistency and that building of consistency is so crucial for having an extremely strong foundation, because that's one of those goals that you're not going to negotiate that I may or may not hit it this month. If you say you're going to hit it, you're going to get paid. You're going to make money. If you don't, then you're sitting there going, why did I put my husband on one leg and my mother on the other? What was the point?
Mhm.
You're working a business. So start off with the thought that you're going to do things. Those goals are crucial, and that is something that's going to help you. Well, this Success Starter is also a part of that thinking that Beachbody put out there for you. If you are not like my coaches and the fact that they waited to do this as a business and they signed up as a coach, if you signed up this month, get to Success Club this month and get to Success Club for the next 2 more months, because if you can do that in 3 months of having Success Club, you are considered a Success Starter. Beachbody is going to give you a ticket to Summit, which that's a value of almost $200. You also have the opportunity, they've changed things a little bit, so I'm having to look back. You will get a phone call from our business leader, which at the moment I think we're kind of in a little transition. He has retired. And then you also are able to earn things like your coach will give you, or I guess gift you, some pretty amazing gifts. I believe some of them right now are like a Kendra Scott necklace. I think another one is like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jackie, like the Lulu athletic stuff. Like you can earn shorts and different apparel. And the other is just having things to benchmark yourself. You also get a little medallion that says you've got an emerald. You're recognized at Summit because you have actually done something that's pretty amazing. And so we encourage that. Like, we want you to be a Success Club starter, because it's like you're digging down deep and you are planting those roots, and you're going to take off from there. Anything you can think of, Jackie, to kind of add to the Success Starter?
I think you did great. Yeah. So just to kind of reiterate, do we have anybody who's brand new coaches, or have you guys been coaches for more than 3 months? Anybody still in their first 3 months? Okay. So my word to you is, because I know that my mindset would be like, because I was not a Success Starter. Were you? I don't think you were either, Jody. Were you? Did
Yes,
you?
I was.
You
Yeah.
were? Okay. I didn't start my first month because I really thought I was just going to do a discount. I did not really get the business opportunity. And so I sat on my coach sign up for a couple of months, I think 2, before I realized that I was going to have to cancel my shakes, because we just were that financially strapped. And so I signed up for the discount, and then I was going to cancel, and then I threw up a post and was just like, let me just see what happens. And from that post, I do believe it was a God thing, because I could not, like, never in my life I just couldn't even keep up with people reaching out to me, because I had lost like almost 70 pounds. And so it was a pretty dramatic, like, hey, I've been doing this thing and just throwing this up here for accountability. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, so I got a lot of interest. And then I think in my first month, I made like $500, which for our family was like, I couldn't even imagine. But so you guys are kind of past that Success Starter place, but it's just like your fitness journey. Control the controllable. We can't, whatever happened behind you, we can't change that, right? But if you're in this for a business, just what Jody said, Success Club is a non-negotiable, and I'm going to raise the stakes. Success Club 10, to me, should be your standard. Like, if you want to build an income fast, Success Club 10. That has been my, like, won't miss Success Club 10. I've been coaching as long as Jody. I've missed it twice. I'm going to be honest. I missed Success Club 10. I haven't missed Success Club 5. I did miss Success Club 10 twice. And if you can get 3 people to sign up, you can get 5 people to sign up. It's like not that much harder to get Success Club 10, and you get a lot more benefit from Beachbody. For example, they send you free leads once you hit Success Club 10, meaning people come to Beachbody's website to buy product. They buy it, and Beachbody assigns them a coach. a random coach. And the only way you get picked to be one of their coaches is if you hit Success Club 10 the month before. So their first sign up, you don't earn a commission. But if you reach out to that person and you explain to them about your challenge groups or why it's better to get Shakeology on HD, because guess what? You save $17 in shipping. So you should definitely get your next bag on HD. When they do that, you earn that commission the next month. A free person that you would never have known. So if you're looking to make an income, like if income is what you're in this for, as far as like, I'm looking to pay something off, I'm looking to retire, I'm looking to, whatever, I say throw Success Club 10 up there for sure as one of your big goals. And if you listen to any of the top coach trainings, they just say, yes, Success Club 5 is important. And I would definitely be proud. I don't have many coaches sign up and hit Success Club 5. It's just for whatever reason, people quit before they even get going. They just don't give it their all, or they just think maybe I'll throw a few posts up and people will sign up. And then when they don't, they're like, okay, well, I guess I'm not very good at this. And it's like, no, you got to hustle. You got to have those conversations. So, anyways, so yeah, for sure. Everything Jody said, I'm making sure we cover. I'm not going to go really, really deeply into this. I'm going to share my screen for just a second, just because Corey said to show you guys this. You're going to get this graphic in the group tomorrow. And so I hope y'all can see that okay. But basically it's just shows you milestones to financial freedom. So it's really cool because it's number one thing on this after you become a coach is to hit Emerald, which is what we've been telling you guys. Number 2, be a success starter, okay? If you guys have already passed that point, that's okay. But from now on, success starter to you means I will not miss Success Club again, ever. So then the next step is hit diamond. Okay, so this gets really far on, and I'm not going to go into all of that because right now we're at the beginning stages, but this will be a nice graphic for you guys to be able just to kind of have and to reference back to. Okay, so we were supposed to talk a little bit about that as well. And one more thing Jody said that I thought was so good was her whole talk about investment. She's so right. When I first started, we were financially strapped. So the idea of my husband drinking Shakeology 2 was I'm struggling to afford one, much less get him. And so for me, I didn't have a business mindset. I was a teacher. My dad was a preacher. My mom worked as a teacher. I didn't have any business examples in my life. So to me, I was exactly what Jody was saying. Was I was afraid, this is dumb. I'm spending money and I'm trying to make an income here. So I had the wrong mindset. When Corey started to talk to me about Summit, okay, y'all, when I say we are financially strapped, my husband was a preacher at a very small church in a very small town, and we had depended on my teaching income for our entire marriage. And I did not find a job the year we moved, and we had a baby, surprisingly, when I was 35. So we were a family of 5 living on his single income of a church with about 80 people at it. Okay, so when I say we were struggling. And when she approached me about Summit, I thought that was the most ridiculous thing. I'm like, Nashville? Are you serious? No way. Because I had already missed the success starter thing because I didn't start working my business. So I'm like, you mean I got to pay for a ticket? I got to fly there? I got to get a hotel? No. I don't know how she convinced me. I think what happened was my husband heard and he was like, oh, you need to go to that. And I'm like, and how are we going to pay for that? But y'all, Summit, if you want to make this a business, you got to go. You have to go. You will not regret 1 second, 1 cent, 1 minute of that trip. You won't. It will change your life. It will change you on the inside, and it will change your business. There is just something about being in the culture with your team. It's like watching church on TV as compared to actually being in church. Like there's just a different feeling. It will fire you up. So when she said that about investment, I was just thinking about how many people don't even consider going to Summit. If this is a hobby for you, okay. But if this is something that you're like, I need this to be that thing that changes my family's future, you got to be there. You got to be there. Start saving now. Tickets are not expensive. It's not expensive. And Indianapolis is a beautiful city. So,
You know, something, not to interrupt you, but the other is some of us really struggle with seeing an MLN business as legit or real. And I had, like I said, I have 3 brothers who are accountants, or 2 brothers that are accountants, and my father who's a CPA. Every one of them were like, red flag, no. And so I was like, then look at it with me, talk about it with me. I went to Summit and I walked away feeling validated. I felt like this business was no longer a joke. Like I could not believe how much I walked away with, because I didn't really know anybody. Jackie and I were roommates with my sister-in-law, and then we had a couple others that came that we kind of knew. Didn't know anybody. And at that moment, I was like, I sat in the auditorium listening to Shalene Johnson talk about how important family is in this business, how the relationships are solid. And if you don't make them solid, you're right, you're not in the right business. And I bawled. I sat and cried, and I was like, this is stupid. Why am I crying? This is about like workouts. We're supposed to be in our happy place. And I'm sitting here crying because it validated the fact that I was like in a legit place. I had tons of things to go back and say, look at what I got, you CPAs. I have proof that this is something that is, it's deep. It's not something that I'm going, this is a joke. We're not here to have like a perfume war or put lipstick on each other. And I'm not knocking them, but I think, how is the business that deep? How can it be anything deep when you're putting lipstick on someone? We're really learning to invest in people because they have like a vital need. Life is better and health is better. And it made every bit of sense to me. Had it not been, one, I gave it a year, and a year mark meant I was going to Summit. So it had been a year that we had been doing this business. We did not have the money either. And my husband said, if you're doing this well for the past couple of months, we can put it on a credit card. And we did. And then from that point, it's like, how could I get out of this? I don't want to be out of this. I want to be back here this next year. And I want to hear more. I want to grow. And the only way I could make sense of it all was finally being with Beachbody as a whole and seeing what they had to offer. So I had been doing it for a year and kind of coasting through it and figuring it out. But as soon as we went to Summit, I was like, I'm going nowhere. I'm staying right here and I'm digging in. And I have. And I just feel that it's that important. And every one of my coaches have been who are working this business, they've been every year. And there's so many of us, some come in and out of it, but those who hit Summit and go every year, they're still in it and they're making a killing of it. And I'm not saying just money. They're doing more in their business and in life because Summit makes that big a difference along with Beachbody.
Preach. Amen. Y'all, so we have 2 minutes left. So sorry. Do you guys?
There's more to come.
Yeah. So we were really supposed to get into y'all's mind that you can sign up. It doesn't have to be a working coach. I do want to tell you guys that one of the mistakes that I have made. So for me, losing 100 pounds selling challenge packs it's my jam. Like when I first started, I was hitting Success Club 40. Success Club 30. Like it was not I was the girl on the team that was making tons of volume, and I was making a good income from that, but not talking about the business. And I have struggled with that. And so I just want to tell you, getting to Emerald is important. Do it quickly. Don't worry about getting business builders. But do not fall into this trap of feeling like you can't offer business because that, I'm learning this. We're doing a group right now for the leaders where they're asking us to invite 20 people a day and 20 conversations a day. And I committed to myself that my invites would be heavy business invites. And you know what? It's amazing when I start talking about the business that people actually want some information on it. So don't be afraid to talk about the business, even if you're making no money. The business is helping you be accountable. It's growing you in your personal development. You are a happier person, right? So those are the things. Maybe you pay your grocery bill with it or whatever, but talk about those things. I'm worried we're going to run out of time, but if y'all have any questions for us, I'm so sorry that we didn't leave much time for that. You definitely can ask it in our new coach group in the comments below where I invited y'all to the Zoom. Was it helpful?
Yes.